Live. Let's bust this sucker out and play. Let's double check what we see on screen. Looks good to me, okay. Alright. Terraforming Mars, the dice game. You like Mars, you like dice, you like games, here we go. Set that aside for right now. Brought to us by Fricks Games of the Fricks Brothers. This edition includes the Corporate Era expansion. Not sure how much that changes the regular gameplay, but it adds more pieces, so there's that. There's a baggie for the tiles, because we will be using tiles to terraform Mars. There's a baggie of all of the resource dice. And I do apologize if I get any of the terms, conditions, rules, etc. incorrect, but it's been a week or so since I've played, and yeah. There is the DieZ app for playthroughs. I had a little bit too much of a fever when I was trying to use that, so I might try it again later. But we've got our player handouts. I like to keep them inside the board since you're going to need it anyway, and so you don't have to dig for anything. Got two different sides. The blue is where our oceans can go. This is the side I've played on the most. There's our temperature track. There's our oxygen level, and then you'll stack all 7 seas, all 7 oceans on there. There are 8 places to put them, but only 7 tiles. When you meet in the multiplayer game, when you meet any 2 of these end game conditions, game's over, except for there's one more turn for everybody else, and then one more turn for the person who ended the game. And to help you collect your victory conditions through things like milestones and the achievements. These are our bonus cards, so when you get to the 5th and 12th frets. In the solo game, however, you'll also note that there are these dots, because after each one of these dots, each one of these milestones just disappears because you didn't do it in time. Set our rules over here. Because we won't need the box again until the end. Oh, come on. I've got room for you. Let's move the keyboard out of the way and we'll put the rules there. Trying to accomplish this before Dapper Dinosaur goes live with their Star Trek Lexington live play at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on their Top Hats Off channel. Alright, here's our actual action cards. Like that for right now. Our player markers, since it's a 1 to 4 player game, you get to pick between red, yellow, blue, and green. Your player markers, I'm going to continue to be the red player that I've been doing. I'm going to use blue for the single player because it tracks what turn we're on. So I'm using blue for time cube. These larger clear cubes are for the oxygen level and the temperature respectively. I'm just going to go ahead, since I'm in single player mode, just going to go ahead and put the red tab back in there because it's kind of extraneous at that point. These are wild mana, well, not mana, but wild resources. So if there comes a point when you should draw, well, you should produce a given resource color based on your locations, your green cards, and you can't draw one, especially in a 4-player game. So if everybody's used up all the gray ones and you go to draw one and there aren't any available, you get to take a wild one. You can use that for absolutely any of the resource symbols on a card. So that's nice. I suspect in the multiplayer, in a 4-player game, that would come up a whole lot, but I haven't seen it in solo or, excuse me, 2-player yet. The red-backed ones are bonus cards. Come on. My fingernails are in that odd step in between being able to do anything, but, and these are corporation cards, the purples. Alright, so our bonus cards, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm thinking about it. You can only bank 3 of your resource dice on a production turn. And the only exception to that is if you get an extra storage card. Oh, speaking of which, there's one in the bonus pile, which is called logistics. 2 extra storage, so you get 2 more boxes, so then you'll be able to hold up to 5 total resource dice on a production turn, because you have to discard down to 3 normally, discard down to 5 instead. But there's also 1 out of, I think it's like 83 or so action cards. So if you get extremely lucky, or in solo play, if you eventually get to that second one, assuming you got the one from the action card, because we only get to deal 2 action cards per player in the multiplayer. 2 bonus cards. I may have said action, but 2 bonus cards per player. And it's first come, first serve. So if first player gets there, you get to look through the available ones and pick one, and it goes into play immediately. This happens at the end of the turn that you reach the milestone or progress or whatever the tracker is. Same thing when you get to 12. So if you get to both of them immediately, which is possible, there's ways to just shoot ahead on the tracker there, but which I did our very first time playing, but that's really all I managed to do, because my corporation started with like 5 or 6 of these wilds, so I was able to play some awesome stuff from my hand and get some achievements on the board, or at least whatever. But in the regular game, it starts at minus 32 Celsius, starts at 0 for the oxygen. In solo play, we at least get to start here, so that first time you bump the oxygen, first time you bump the temperature, you'll get something. In this case, you'll get a green resource die or a Celsius temperature die. And 3 temperature die let you automatically raise it to the next one if you so choose. Alright, in solo we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we put the rest away. While we're in this baggie, let's get our industry. Since I've been using those as a shared bag for that. Well, not industry, corporation. The green cards are technically our industries, even if it's not, what they're called. I'll put these under here, just to keep them from getting bumped by anything else for right now. Like, see how this one has your starting versus every turn, and then this is where your color marker would go over because you only use it to start with. But I had a company like this one where this might even have been it, but 2 steel, well, 2 steel to start specifically, not just 2 gray die, but 2 steel and 6 wild. So based on the cards I had in hand, I was able to get quite a few things on the board, but I didn't know what I was supposed to be getting down, so I was playing mostly red cards, and by mostly I mean like all red cards until I couldn't do anything anymore, and then I was provisioning for dice so that I could get the green cards on the board. Alright, so just for single player, just get to look at 2 and pick 1. Oops, I forgot to take those off the back. It won't matter if I add. There's a second one because it's supposed to be the markers. I'll just take the second one off the top. Alright. So I can get 2 victory points to start with, just right out of the gate, and 4 wild. And then every turn on a production turn, I will be making gold and red. So, or I could get 1 free lightning, 3 randoms, and every turn I'll make 2 gold. Which, since we're going in blind, we don't know what we're going to have. So, if you already have a strategy you like, let me top off my drink real quick. Code Red is tonight's unofficial beverage sponsor. I think I want the variety as opposed to just 2 gold. If it were like, say, 2 red or 2 green or 2 gray, maybe I might consider it more, because those ones have automatic things that you can do. So if we were getting 3 red and we happen to roll them as Celsius or banked a few to get to that 3rd Celsius, then we could raise the temperature each time we want to cash those in. 3 blue gets us a new sea. 4 green gets us a forest. 3 gray gets us a city tile. 3 gold would get us VP. However, I know a lot of these cards require them, so don't know. I like the idea of starting with a couple extra victory to start, but being able to just buy victory instead of having to discard things might turn out to be a good thing. So let's try that approach for once. And the rest of these go right back in the box. Seal that up. Put that baggie. Alright, this is our corporation. Slide that one away. I forgot we need to set up our milestones, but before we do that, but while we've got them out to think about them, you need to grab 1 die of each color. 5 colors, right? 3 different achievement things. We're going to roll all but 2 of them. Alright, so these are our achievements. When you're done, after that, basically a victory lap, oops, what am I doing? After that victory lap turn at the, oh, that's what I had it for. After that victory lap turn at the end, you count up all of your resource costs here in the top of your action cards. All of them. Whoever has the most of oxygen, the most of, come on, do they not have it listed on the resource? The one underneath. Come on. Most of the oxygen, the most of plant, and the most of heat in this case, which none of these. Alright, so say this is one of the cards I'd played. So say, at the end of all the cards I've played, let's just make it 20. I just got lucky and got 20 of those, but the other person got 18. Then, Whoever has the most of any one of those gets 5 for that one. Whoever has the second highest gets 3 victory points for it. Solo play is just the 5, I believe, if I remember correctly. But we've got that established. Now we have to randomize our milestones, which are each worth 4 victory points if we unlock them. And those can be found right here on the back of the book. And I'm only going to read off the ones, I don't know if you can read them for yourselves right now. I'm only going to read off the 3 that we end up with. The 3 we're getting are Award Nominee, Miner, and Mogul. Award Nominee is from the Corporate Era Milestone. On your played cards, have 5 cost icons that match one of the 3 awards. If you win this milestone, you also have a great chance of winning that award. Meanwhile, Miner have 5 green cards in play. So like I used for the example, 1 green card, 2 green card, 3 green card, but that one wouldn't count. And Mogul. Surprisingly, that's not from this one. Alright. Have 12 cards in play. All 3 colors count. So green cards, blue cards, and red cards. Because red cards in Magic the Gathering terms are basically instants, or at least sorceries. Corporation cards, however, do not count. So, anyway. But every time you raise the temperature, automatically gives 2 VP. If you raise the oxygen, you get 2 victory points. Place an ocean on an ocean space, get 2 victory points. Although I don't think that specifically matters. I think it's just every time you place a piece of terrain, regardless of what it is, you get 2 VP, 2 VP, 2 VP. But then for the city, 1 extra VP if there's an adjacent forest per adjacent forest. And then place a forest, you get 2 VP just for placing the terrain. And then 1 additional victory point per adjacent city. So you can really go back and forth just crazy on if you get lucky on your placement, or hopefully in solo play. Whenever green icon, green banner. What did I get on here? It's like, yes, I was eating near the rules. No, it wasn't whatever this material feels like. I had pepperoni pizza, and this does not feel like sauce or cheese or pepperoni. Red victory points are at the end of the game. Yellow means support action, so during an action turn, you can do your support actions, and then you can also do an additional support action as a main action. So you can do 2 support actions on a turn if need be. Main action, playing a card is also a main action. Buying any of these, as in raising anything. You can buy cards. Even, let's put these away before I forget. And green arrow is a free action. Remember to flip your blue cards when you have used them. Or in Magic the Gathering terms, tap, expend for other games, exhaust. We have not shown our action cards yet, but let's go ahead and secure our Terraforming Mars. Oh, and this one also gives us a discount. I didn't even pay attention to that, and I didn't pay attention to what the other one offered, if there was a discount or not. But for every casting cost we go to do, treat it as if that's not there. So every resource that we go to spend, this one only needs 2 green, doesn't need the metal. Okay, so this one, oops, comes with a 3rd wild. Oh, that's why I had the tray. Back when I worked at It's a Puzzle, we had Puzzle Saver, like Mod Podge, but a different brand. But these trays have come in handy over the years for things like board gaming. But Our city tiles are also our forest tiles. I'm going to go ahead and set the unique tiles off to the side. And then our ocean tiles, we'll need all 7 of those. I refer to them as the 7 C's. I'm not sure what the Fricks Bros say. Alright, so I'm just keeping those right here close to the edge so they're easy to grab. Four here, 3 there, so we got 7 C's. Go ahead and shuffle up our action cards. Just a reminder, in solo play we don't start at -32, we start at -28. We don't start at 0, we start at 2% oxygen. We are trucking right along. If this goes over long on Top Hats Off, Dapper Dino's time frame for Star Trek Lexington, I will continue playing, and then I will just catch up at warp speed. I'm not sure what the new YouTube speed settings are. I know you can do custom, but I don't know if they made it beyond 2 times speed. I haven't played with it yet. Okay. What we're hoping for in our opening hand are blue cards, which are the industries that our corporation owns. Oh, I need a lightning bolt for my starting bonus. Let's not cover up our discount. Like I said, normally after you do this, you put your color marker on there so you don't get confused and try to make those extra resources every turn. And I've mentioned production turn a bunch, and I think I mentioned action turn once, but you can choose which type of turn you would like to take, and you can take the same type every turn if you would like to. In Magic the Gathering turns, it's kind of like splitting up your untap and upkeep and draw into one turn, and you're playing spells and lands and everything else as a whole separate turn. It's a whole lot more nuance to it, but at least it's a starting point if you're coming from that kind of a background like I am and have been since like 94, 95 or so. Probably 95. Playing Magic in the garage of friends on Saturday or Friday night, depending on whether or not it was marching band season. I mean football season, and we were doing the marching thing. Alright, so the action cards are the project deck. Your starting hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you're on a production turn, you can choose to discard down as many as you like and then draw back up to 5. Now let's see what we got here first. Alright, red cards, a blue card. Ooh. Oh, not as ooh as I thought, but ooh. Alright. So what we've got in our hand that nobody else should see right now, but this is a solo play. Double check the screen, make sure I haven't bumped anything. Alright, good to go. Alright. Go ahead and move the time thing. Time cube to turn 1 because we're about to enter turn 1. Oh, and we want green on the board. Blue are our excuse me. What do you call them? Green cards, blue cards. when you play a blue card, nothing happens. Just play it separate from your other ones. They have an action, support main, or a free action that only you can use. When you use the action, you pay it. The only time you get to untap it is during a production turn. Free actions. Some blue cards have free actions that may be taken at any time during your turn, before or after your support or main action, or even at the start or end of a production turn. Perform the effect and turn that card sideways. Alright. We haven't produced anything yet. And of the cards we have, is there anything we specifically want? So this lets us use a support action. So on an action turn, we can tap it to discard 2 cards to just gain 2 victory points. And since you can just spend resource die to draw 2 cards, you could get a nice little cycle going. Or on your production turn, discard down to 5, draw up to 5 cards, and then on an action turn, you can just ditch a couple of those if need be. These are looking promising for what I would like to have out on the board. Like, I could take a production turn first, and then I'll have a chance to ditch cards and draw cards, and I'll make my 2 gold, 2 yellow die, and I'll have my discount available for my action turn. Why are we itchy? Switch detergents and things are a little itchy. Maybe the rinse cycle wasn't good enough. Alright. Alright. So we want to get this on the board as soon as freaking possible, because every single production turn it gives us a wild. So we won't have to spend production dice to turn other dice to the side we want it to be, because once you've locked in this case this one started on this side, but once you roll production dice, whatever sides they're on, they're locked in unless you pay to change one. It doesn't have to be the same color. Just dip, dip, and flip them around. They go into your storage. Alright, so our best bet is probably take a production turn. This just leads to victory points, so I think on our production turn we're going to ditch that one. This one, once we have a city and play this one, then we'll get 2 wild back and we'll place that on the board. So I think we want to hold on to that. Zeppelin's, it's only 3 cost. We might be able to do that real easy. So we're just going to ditch 1 and draw 1, and let's not forget to get our 2 dice. See, we already have that one. That doesn't count against us for this stage. This is where we're generating a resource in the first place. Oh, we got a world. That's what page I like to have it on. So we got an earth, and we got a money, a mega credit. So it's kind of like a C or a euro, but with the 2 symbols. Oh, and we replaced the Safari Dome with another similar to the industrial area. Alright, so that was our production turn. We didn't gain any victory or anything. Now we're going on to our second turn. we can hold on to that. We can have 3 in reserve. We generate 2 more mega credits. So with our 3 mega credits, an option that we could do on an action turn is just buy victory. Just buy some victory. And we didn't want to discard anything. We just wanted to keep what we got because we needed more money. I like money. Oops. Apparently that's that time. Well, in 10 minutes it'll be time for Star Trek Lexington. But we will get back to that after we play this. Even if that means watching it later. Let's go to an action turn. You can only do one support action, 1 main action. Let's see, what are we looking for? We've got money, mega credits. What are we trying to accomplish here? We're trying to accomplish this. I'm just going to set this aside as an example. To do this, however, which might actually be in our best interest right now, because we're still looking for that, and we'll still need to use a wild. We'll have to use all 3 of our wilds, but we still don't have either of those, and it would take spending something to turn something. So I think our best interest here right now is to just play the mining area. So that'll be, that's our discard pile up here. Alright, so we're spending those, mining area, shovel, somewhere. Doesn't say where we have to put it. Anywhere we do put it though, we'll gain that from it. And it's going to generate us some resources here. Let's go ahead and generate a couple of cards. Can't go on the water spaces unless the card specifically says so. Let's get a couple of cards. Add those to our resources. Some green things. So some more green cards. So we don't have reds at all yet. No big deal. Now if we were to switch from a production turn, oh, we did place a tile, so that does, and we're going under a 3rd turn. So that does give us 2 VP for having done so. We're placing a tile. Yeah, special tiles. Actually, they don't say they. Only 1 tile may be placed on any. Gain any placement bonus. These are the placement bonuses. Okay, maybe not. I thought any tile counted as 2, but apparently it's just ocean, forest, or city, or for raising the temperature or the oxygen. So we're going on to turn number 4 with some extra resources at hand. We're trying to get us our sponsored academy. We don't have any reds, so what we'd be looking for is nuclear, world. Then we could specifically spend 1 to turn that into a city. So that's spent. That's a support action. We can take, excuse me, this is just a little snippet. What we could do, to bank one more of our wilds for later, what we could do is sponsored academy, what we're trying to do. So those are going to be our 2 nuclears. Our world, we paid to get a city. And then I guess we'll just spend the wild to give us our science. And that'll get us our academy. And every turn we'll crank out more wild mana. I mean, resource. Alright. So that was our action turn. Okay. That used cities, so unlike this one where, oh, hey. So let's go ahead and immediately switch to production turn. That'd be nice, but we don't have anything making green. We're only going to be able to make 1 mystery mana right now. We're trying to set up for the following turn, so I don't think there's anything I want to discard right now. Although it would behoove me to just keep burning through things if there was stuff I wasn't trying to use. Alright, so on a production turn, let's discard and draw first, then generate resource, right? Keep up to 3 resources we have. By the way, the wild tokens are not dice, so you can just bank all of them if need be. So keep those. Discard any number of cards from our hand. I don't think we're going to be able to do that anytime soon. I also don't think we're going to be able to do that anytime soon. But we could provision for that odd one out and start making a 3rd. So we're discarding 2 of these cards. We'll draw 2 of these cards. And then we generate our fresh resource. Hey, there's that thing we needed last time. Alright, end of production turn. On to action turn. Oops, we forgot to generate the most important thing. Generate our sponsored academy's wild resource. I didn't mention it, but each of the dice have 3 of a symbol that's common, 2 of an uncommon symbol on each one, and 1 of a rare. So when you roll it, you can get really lucky and roll your rares, or you might have a bunch of commons, and then you might have to spend them to switch things around. We've got our discount of steel, however, we don't have any of red or blue. But what we could do, one, since we have the discount, although this one's more important to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a support action and try to, hey, lightning. So that's now added to our resources. What you doing over there? Can you come over here and be on camera? If you want. Oh, that is a big stretch. Come here. Slither over this way. We discarded that one, but Giant Space Mirror is almost on the table. Well, almost would have put that card on the table. have that. We get a discount of that. We have that. So we can start making more gray every turn. I'm going to go, whoops, wrong way. I like to just stack them to keep them close, so all of the same type will be on top of each other. So we did a production one to get the blue dye in the first place. We used our discount to not even have to pay that. And we used currency. Right, so that was action turn. On to another action turn, I think. Because we don't want to lose anything. So let's prospect for another blue and hope. That's not a lightning bolt. Oh well. What we're going to do is we're going to say we want to get the restricted area out. If we want to do that, what we could do is that, and then pay to. But that would be another support action, and then we'd still be one more turn behind. Never mind. It's a matter of setting up for later. I want to get more green cards on the board. So we could pay that blue on the, well, since we make 2 of those every turn, let's pay to turn this blue one into an oxygen. And then this can be our city on the next action turn. Oh shoot, I forgot to get my oops, bonus card when I cross. Oh, that's, never mind, that's the time ones, that's not the, that's the turn holder, that's not the victory points. I ain't got shit for victory points, shoot. Anyway. Let's go ahead and because that's what we're attempting to do on our action turn, but as our support action we need to start provisioning for something. It's provision for a red, that's a Celsius, so it's not exactly what we wanted, but our actual main action we're going to pay a wild and those 2 to start making extra gold on a production turn. Speaking of production turn, gonna hold on to these. We're at 3 cards. Gonna draw 2 more. And we're gonna make our 2 yellow, 3 yellow, 1 gray, 1 wild. And we roll. And we got second earth. Get another one of those. That's our production turn. Going on to our action turn. Production turn. Production turn. Alright, so we could pay one of these to turn this over to nuclear. And we could use that as lightning. And we got a discount. So peroxide power. We're gonna start making some blue every turn, every production turn. this is a new action turn. What we're going to do is draw 2 cards. And see if there's anything useful. Since we spent the currency one, we can't try to do it that one. Not that we had the leaf there anyway. One of those. Well, I'm going to get it back anyway. So going on to turn 11. Let's take off our second world one because we only have one with that in the cost anyway. So we lose that. However, we generate 2, 3. Generate a blue. Generate a gray. Generate a wild. Or produce, or however you want to. And we got the money symbol back. Mega credit. We're closer to Mega Space Mirror. Alright, so that was our production turn. Action turn. We are going to, what we're trying to do. We need science, we need 2 of these. We need lightning. I'm just going to pay a credit as a support action to turn this into a second one of our. Second one of our titaniums. And as our main action, we're getting a giant space mirror. So now we're going to crank out 3 blue a turn, 3 yellow a turn, 1 metal a turn, 1 random, 1 wild a turn. Alright. Alright. I think we're safe and we can just do another action turn back to back. I'm going to spend this as plant and money and science. Science! And this, oops, lets us plant a forest. And a forest would get us more for having trees, this, that, and the other. What do we want to get for production bonus? What else we call it? Placement bonus? Placement bonus. What do we want to get as a temporary little placement bonus? If there's one that gave us 2 red, that would be ideal for the cards we happen to have. We're only making 1 steel. We're not making any red yet, and most of our cards require red. I'll take a sip. Like that'll start making red, but we can't afford to get that yet. Why is metal the only one that has 2? Let's go ahead and put it on a question mark. Gives another random. So we can do anything extra the next turn. And since we placed that, we get 2 VP. We are finally on the board. Alright, that was an action turn. Let's go to a production turn. Start with our main one and an extra one of the yellows. 3 blue. 1 gray. One wild. Yeah, uh-oh. Get back here. Alright. Ooh, we could buy some VP. Could. Could. And although I don't have, I mean, I've got the wild, but although I don't have necessarily what I need for that, I'd like to do it because it does two things, which will automatically give me a red back, specifically heat, and it'll let me place an ocean on an ocean space. So let's go ahead and grab our 5th card for this production turn. Ooh, effective storage. Sweet. Alright. Which is very important to get on the board as soon as possible. Makes decisions a lot easier, at least for me. Alright, so that was that turn. Going on this turn, we're about to start losing milestones. Double check and make sure we haven't actually earned any, because I don't think we have. Award nominee. On your played cards, 5 that match one of them. So, oxygen, no. Leaf, 1. So 1 leaf, 1 oxygen, and no heat. So, award nominee is not happening. Have 5 green cards in play. We have no green cards in play. Wait, my bad. These are the green cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 green cards in play. So we save this for later. For victory points. Award nominee. Oh wait, no, that's the one we already looked at. Mogul. Have 12 cards in play. 5, 6, 7. So no. But Mogul is not gone until then. But we should probably try to get some more cards on the board. However, award nominee. Have 5 that match one. Yeah, that's, well, oh well. Homeworld support is almost a possibility because we do have 2 of the icons so far. Well, this one's more important. We have the steel discount. Right, I'm going to set this here for what I'm considering spending, what I'm working towards. Discount, and just spend that to get the effective storage. See what we want to provision for. Let's go ahead and provision for a red, since all 3 of these need at least 1 red. Okay, well, we got a Celsius, we got a heat out of that. That was our support action. Can you come over here, buddy? Come get on camera? Yeah. Come up here. I know the chair's the squeakiest one on YouTube, but come here. Big kitty. Hi. Alright, so we're spending that. We've got a discount, and we're spending a city. And we've got effective storage. I'm going to stick that over here with, that's my hand, but put that, whoops. Lay down, please. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hi. Arthur, are you on camera? I can't tell. Hi. Do you want me to move this and you can lay right here? Yeah? How's that? Just watch your swishy tail, please. Watch your swishy tail, please. Alright. There's that, which is a passive blue card. We got 2 extra storage. I want to spend things rather than lose them. Go to our next production turn. I mean, next action turn. Big critter. Alright. Did you like your beef feast? Did you like your beef feast when I came home? Yeah. Some dinner. Some din-din. Alright. I want to get some homeworld support so I can start making red for these other cards. So like I said, there's that, there's that. We got a discount on steel, but we're not using steel. So we need a provision for something. So since it needs titanium and city, we're going to provision for this as a support action. Sweet, we got our titanium, and then we're just going to spend wild for the final casting cost there. Get our homeworld support. And I'm going to put it here to go with the yellow. Alright, that was our action turn. We have storage of 5, so what we could do is hold on to these sweet, sweet blues for now. Hold on to that red. Since we're going to be making 3 yellows, just get rid of a yellow. About 5 production. Discard and draw. We're going to keep these and just draw 2 more. Ooh, we get a discount on one of those. So every time a city hits the board, I get 2 gold, 2 mega credits. That's kind of sweet. Did we not move the... When that happened, award nominee went away. I'm just going to stick that here. I'll collect it at the end. And we have not generated our stuff yet for a production turn. 2 yellow, 2 more yellow. So the 2 yellow there, the 2 yellow there, 3 blue, a red, a metal, and a random. We're starting to get some production on the board. Starting to. You silly boy. We don't have enough gray to get that thing down there yet. I think what we're going to do if all else fails... Well, we get a wild every turn, so let's just do this one real quick. As one of our cards, but we still need to do a support action. Oh, you going down? Alright, go down there. Provision for another gray. That gives us our second steel. Main action. Donation. So it gives us 3 bribery for later. I mean, victory points. So that was an action turn. We don't have a city, but we could spend a... Spare one of these lightning bolts to turn titanium into a... Wait, what do we... No, into a city. And we already have one, and we've got a discount for one. So we spent that to turn that, and that, and that. So that's a blue card. Whenever we do play a city, it'll give us a bonus. It'll crank out mega credits for us. It looks like a crab with just one really big crabby claw. Depending on your production, you can produce, well, you can do quite a few actions in between turns. We don't have any science. We do have money. Let's see. The comet. We're in another production. So the comet, we don't have any. Alright, we couldn't do that anyway. So let's go ahead and use all. Okay. We could do some production action. I mean, support actions to turn things around. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and spend one since we're going to be getting 4 turns. Spend one to turn this other one into science. So that was our support action. Here's our main action to put out another blue. This one's actually tappable. That one's passive. Let's keep them separate since they're 2 different things. That's a production turn. We don't have a city, so we can't even use this one yet. Turn 19-ish. So we do make 4 blue, 4 yellow a turn, but only 3 blue. Although Earth is rare, but so let's just keep these and enter a production. I mean, enter a production turn. So we're drawing these 3. Notice we haven't done anything with green yet, except for get that one plantation on the board. Let's see. 2 yellow, 2 more yellow, 3 blue, 1 red, 1 gray, 1 wild. I'm solo playing, so I'm just going to play it where it lays, even if it's on top of each other. It was not a cocked die, it was just on top of the other die. So prospecting for anything specifically anyway. Can't do that one yet. So that was our production turn. Let's make sure we go to our action turn. This one has a free action available of what? I don't remember what that stands for. Is this not? Wait, no. Wait, what? Where are you going, buddy? Turn around, please. Turn around, please. Come over here. What? Tap to pay science to turn it into wild? I mean, that could be handy. And we have the... Okay, we don't have the... If we want to play this, we do have the lightning bolt. We do have a science. We don't have a currency. Mega credit. Things would be easier if we got a shooty down there. Alright. Let's get our development center down. I got a discount there. I could do a support action of just turning one of these to a mega credit. Then we get the discount. We play that as an actual action. We do still have a science available. We can take the free action, spend that to gain wild. That stays tapped until the next production turn. We've got quite a few things going on here, so let's see what we can start getting out of our hand. On the next turn. We don't have to do this, but so we could save that one for discard fuel, because this one replaces a forest, which will give us 2 VP. Oh shoot, we forgot to raise the oxygen, which means in theory somewhere in there we should have gotten a green, because, well, we didn't roll it, but at the end it'll take away VP. But hey, it does race us around the board faster for doing it. So let's go ahead and do that on this turn. What do we want to do for a support action? Let's provision for another freaking red. Alright, so we got 2 of those ready for next time. But we're going to do this right now. Let's just place a forest. Cities. Right, so we could do this soon. And we got the discount for that. Save that for that next two. But what resource do we want to... I was considering going one of those to turn something, but I don't think there's anything I need to turn at the moment. Let's just go ahead and get us a free card. So that was up. Oxygen goes up. I get 2 VP. We still haven't gotten that bonus. Alright. Next action turn. And that would be gone if I didn't have it. Alright. What's up? What's up? Come here. What's up, buddies? Giant ice asteroid. Planted any oceans yet, but we've got 3 things to let us plant some oceans, so let's start doing that. But we need to provision for a few things. Let's provision for... We're spending 2 of the red and we'll still need red, so let's support action, replenish our red here. Alright, so we're going to spend it on that and use our discount. Moholi Lake, which gives us our first actual ocean. go ahead and grab our 2 green and our 2 VP. Oop. Alright. End of the production turn. You get to look through the bonus cards. Ooh. Better. Tap to draw a free card is nice. Bonus another aquifer. This is a one-time thing. I don't think I need that. Too random as a one-time thing. Placing an ocean is nice, but I think I'll take the free card option. These go back for the next person if this was multiplayer. Comes in untapped. As a free action, we can just tap to draw a card. So we've done our support, we've done our... We're on to the next turn. What does Mogul say again? Since we are very, very frequent close to have 12 in play. What counts as in play? Do the red ones count as in play? Alright, so that seems to be in play. So Mogul I do get. But yeah, we definitely lost out on the board nominee. No big deal, because we've finally gotten more than one matching symbol. No big deal. Alright. Production turn. No, not, I mean, another action turn. Robotic Workforce is amazing. I got that as a bonus card, and I took it first. Yeah, last time I did that. We don't have a lightning bolt, though. Lightning's the most common. Oxygen's rare. But of what we have in front of us, we need the water more. So let's just go ahead and spend an oxygen. I know that's freaking redundant. Alright. So let's just spend a wild since we at least get a wild every turn. We're going to get a robotic workforce on the board. Perform 2 main actions instead of 1. That means we can perform 3 support actions on a turn if necessary. However, it stays tapped after using it until the next production turn. Alright, after these messages, we'll be right back. I just need to go refresh my drink. do this. Hi. Come here, buddies. What's up there? Come here, happy kitty. Oh, such a big tuxedo kitty. Are you visible on the camera? Kitty. Alright. Alrighty. What is that lump, buddy? Is that your tummy tum? Is that your tummy tum? Is it full of beef feast? Is your tummy full of beef feast? Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, buddy, where are you going? Stay. Stay, please. Stay, please. Alright, so what do we have available? We don't have, oops, any red right now. Do we want to take a production turn? I don't think we do. We could just provision for things. We could just provision for things. Hi. We want to hold on to our greens if we do go to a production turn. Yellow, not so much, because we make 4 of those. We could try to just get that out of the way, but we don't have any red. So we could try to do the comet instead. Ouch. You want to lay down there? I'll move my leg. Huh? I'll lay down there? Yeah. Oh, cuddle buddy. Oh, that bad. Let's get this one out of the way. Oh, we don't have the red. What do we do? We could provision for red. Support action. Oops, that was Celsius. Take another support action. Provision. Ooh, that's working out. We could just use a wild for that. And since one of those was a main action, then we'll do a second main action. Hey, we're within our 5 now. We finally raised the temperature, which will give us a Celsius, a heat, and we get to place the second of our oceans. Place it and get a card. Seems like a good idea. We're going into a production turn because we're running out of mana here. Resources. Do I need to brush our teeth? Because we can't cast any of the things we have. And yeah. 2 yellows plus 2 more yellows. 3 blues, 1 red, 1 gray, 1 white. Some lightning, 3 earths. That's a production turn. I do want to hold on to those for now, I guess. Playing that'll just give us a green question mark. Giant asteroid works. That's great. Let's ditch these 2 cards. And we're going to draw 4 more cards. No, we're supposed to do that first, but as we're getting it done. That. That was our production turn. And we're going to our action turn. Ah, our production turn, these untapped. We still haven't placed a city. Alright. Things we still don't have that. We don't have a city to play. I mean, we don't have a city. We don't have the gray resource to do it. What can I do to card for her? Well, what we could do is just hold on to what we were holding on to. Ditch 4 cards on the next. Yeah, because, well, no. Well, I was going to do an action turn, but we didn't have anything actionable. So I take this as a production turn. Although, if we're going to do it that way, we're going to, on that first turn. Or at least getting a free card. Oh, is that where that one came from? Yeah, no, actually, we'll just draw back up to 4 and leave that alone. Well, draw 4 to get up to 5. We get our 4 yellow. Down this backwards, 1 red, 3 blue, 1 gray, and 1 more black. And see if those line up better with the cards we have on hand. Oops. Alright. We get a discount so we can hold on to that if we want to. Spend that. And discount. So that'll be our main action. However, what do we want to provision for or something? These kinds of support is main. Those are main actions. Oh, you and your little whisper. Such a big kitty with such a big meow and such a tiny little whisper. Such a tiny little whisper. Love you, buddy. So that's the main action we want to do. So we could pay our most common one as a support action to actually, why are we trying to do that? Oh. We'll save that for now. We're just planning those. We don't have a down arrow, but we do have a world that we could. We could use a support action to turn a red die into a down arrow. What's down arrow supposed to be? Oh, down arrow is event. That's right, because it is an event, a nuke going off. So pay a currency, turn the red into the air event. Which raises the temperature, which gives us back radiation, and also places nuke on the board. Place that there. Get 2 of these. Oh, only one of them is a city, but we could do another main action with our robot. Actually, it's a free action, doesn't count against us. Get another card. Ooh, we're closer to doing that. Do that. Use up 4 resource. And get 2 money back. So we're spending 4 to get 2 specific ones. But our robot workforce is why we're able to do a second main action. I think we took an extra turn in there somewhere. Could be wrong. We're still on action turns. Don't really need biomass combustors because that we don't have any greenery. We do have wild. We have lightning, we have nuclear, we have both. We still don't have a city, like an actual city. I mean, I suppose we could just build a city, but that's a main action. But it will give us 2 back immediately, so that might actually be worth it. And that's from the discount. Hi. Itchy. Doing provision for something. Is a support action. Provision for red. Gives us an event. Main action. Wait. Hold on. We're a turn ahead of ourselves. We've got to put the city down first. But that's what will happen from that. Come on. That's what. Okay, we're spending this to drop a city. That's why we grabbed the city tile. Grab the city tile, place it next to a forest. That gives us 3 VP. And provision for a green as a support action on our next. Nice. Got all 3 of those for that card. Let's get that ready to go. So that was our provision, was our support action. Let's spend that to get our place you next to a city. Let's go free. Go ahead and get a free yellow. Sure. Free yellow. We got an industrial zone, and we get 2 wilds back immediately. That's why we did that. Take another action turn. Spend a mega credit to. Actually, let's just spend 3 mega credits for 2 victory points. That's our. Wait, fuck, that's a main action. Excuse me. That's a main action. Okay. But what are we going to provision for is what I should say. Let's get us another green to try to get that. Nope, but it is a green. We could manipulate that with the turning symbol, the rotated dice symbol. The dice icon has pink arrows around it. It means you're allowed to rotate one of your resource dice to the side you want. I think we're up another freaking production turn. When it gets to, not production, another turn. It gets to 50 turns on solo play, game over. I'll have to double check something. Remember, if it's game over, if you take that one more turn. You always play 50 turns, so it's not 50 turns plus the 1, it's just 50. The goal is to complete all 3 global parameters. If you reach that goal, you can also count your final score then. If you fail, your score does not count. Oh, so you don't even count it if... Oh, there's promo cards. I have to ask Max about that later, see if they can pick up the promo cards if they're still at PAX. They had a lot of problems getting checked in last night, and that's their business, so I don't want to put it out there. But yeah, with the snowstorm and how late they got out there, and things just weren't pleasant to say the least. My last update I had seen, she was going to be attending anyway, just new arrangements or whatnot. But there are promos like the Lakefront Resorts, Manutech, Tharsis Republic, Terra Labs, Vitor. There's also Capital, Equatorial Magnet. Oh, maybe they're already in here. Because I'm pretty sure I've already seen the Equatorial Magnetizer. All tiles on the middle row count. or maximum of 7 green dice. Oh, that's the clarification. So maybe they are in here. Wait, no, that's not a promo. It's just a red card. Alright, where were we? I'm pretty sure we changed that. We've got that, we've got that, we've got that. So that'll be our main action. Is there anything we want to prospect more? Is there anything we want to bank? Bank those and let those go to waste, maybe? Or maybe just... draw 2 cards as a support action. We don't have any of those. Draw 2 more cards. Wait, no. What do we do? Bring that back. We want to do this as our main action. Raises the temperature. We get a heat. And we get a wild. Alright, so that was our main action. Go up to the next turn, whatever it turns out to be. You are a support action, so we're going to take you as a support action. We're just going to... Wait, never mind. I want to hold on to that card. Yeah, let's use this as a support action. Restricted area. Ditch 2 cards for 2 VP. That's our support action. And our main action, we're going to design some microorganisms. And they're going to give us a discount, so I'm going to put that here for spending purposes so we know this is our hand. Alright. So now that we're at 4 dice out of our possible 5, let's go ahead and take a... Oh, at the end of that turn, but we already moved the turn marker. Get the next one of our bonuses. And that's the only other bonus we'll actually be able to use. So let's... go ahead and drop an ocean and get 2 green dice out of it. 2 different green symbols. And we get 2 more VP for dropping an ocean. We got 3 on the board, we got 4 to go. We've only got less than 20 turns to go to get the ocean and get the oxygen. Yeah. Right, nothing just flat out ups oxygen aside from trees, and planting forest takes 4 of the common plant symbol. We've got our discount there. So that'll be our main action when it comes about. Oops, we forgot to get our 2. When we planted our first and only city so far. Well, this is going to be our main action. What we're going to do is our support action. No, because we're going to lose 1 anyway. Our support action, we could just Yeah, let's do it this way since we're going to get plenty of those anyway. Let's buy some VP. Not that it matters in solo play, but we're going to use that to gain that. We have a free action available, just turning a green die into 2 red die. Let's go ahead and just do that. Oh, not 2 red, 2 specifically heat dice. Alright, go on to our next turn, which we're going to do as a production turn so we can get free cards and untap our blue cards. So we had no cards. 3, 4, 5. Orient them all the same way. Ice cap melting, raising the heat. Ooh. Protected valley placed on an area reserved for an ocean. That's neat, but there's also an opposite kind of thing where you can place an ocean tile on a non-ocean place. So it's not like you're necessarily tile blocking someone. You're not pulling a beaver maneuver and building a dam to get in the way. So that raises temperature, that raises temperature. That gives us tree and temperature. So those could be some fun cards to use. Oh, we need to generate our resources. 2 yellow, 3 yellow, a 4th yellow. Let's not forget our wild. Alright. We get gray from there. We get a single red from there. And we get our 3 blue. Currently, I'm not looking for specific symbols. Not that I could control them if I wanted to. I'm just looking for a nice little variety of things to give me options. So we could immediately use our reds to be able to do that. Oh, that was our production turn. That's our action turn. It gets us closer to our ocean quota. So what do we want to do? Well, we've got a couple things with green, but we've got wilds. So we don't need to prospect per se. We could do that to turn that into an, whoops. We could do that to turn that into an oxygen. Wait, no, you can't just spend oxygen. You can spend 3 water to get an ocean, but you can't just buy oxygen. Okay. But what do we want to do as your support action? There's provision for a green since we don't have one. Alright, so we got some bacteria. And then we're gonna melt some ice caps, which is gonna give us an ocean. Come on. We don't have anything bacteria related, but we could place it on here, which gives us 2 VP. We're going to use that to rotate this to a leaf, because both of our things need leaves here. And we have a bacterial discount anyway. Titanium world. So world. Oh, well, we're plotting for the next turn is what we're doing. So let's just get that. We don't have our red, but we could just spend provision for red just in case. Let's go ahead and get a free extra card. Neat, but provision for red is our support action. Excuse me. There's my sternum popping. Just go ahead and pay a steal to turn that. That's on the next turn anyway. We haven't actually done anything for this turn. So, oh, well, that's our second support action, and then we'll, as a main action, then we'll take another main action. That's what we will do. And we'll get 2 wilds, and we can build a house, we can plant a tree. I don't even care. We can do all 3, she said. She said, oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah! You are a limited resource. Oh, wait, we want the extra. Well, we kind of want the extra. Let's just use that to raise the oxygen, get a couple of victory points. We already got our question marks. And we're going to rotate something, turn this into world. Go into another action turn. And we'll just burn some wilds to do some stuff here, I think. Because we were trying to. Do we move already? Right, so we're going to spend that and then that. Maybe. Prospect for red. That's good. Still. It's like we need it for later anyway, but it was clearly kind. Alright, so we're going to spend that to increase the heat. New turn. We're going to spend the water and get a discount. We're going to spend the wild, maybe. Let's just go ahead and prospect for green. Oh, so spend those as the main action. Place a forest on an area reserved for an ocean. Oxygen goes up. We get 2 production turn. I want to do that, but we'll see. I got a discount there, but let's go ahead and prospect for a red. Not quite what we're looking for. Main action. Raise the heat with our small asteroid. New action turn. Bonus there. Got that. So 3 wilds, cash, plus science. We got a bonus there, and we'll just spend that as nuclear. And that'll give us a blue-yellow academia. Double checking make sure none of those have. We make 4 blue, so let's hold on to the red, hold on to that. Let's go ahead and hold on to oxygen since lightning is the most common. Electricity, right? Yeah, energy is the most common. So we're going into a production turn. So we'll ditch that. We're getting 2 yellows here, 3 more yellows here. I haven't been using the Yahtzee cup. Deluxe edition Yahtzee. So those are our yellows. We get 4 blues. 4 blues. Still 1 red, 1 gray, 1 wild. Oop, good. Alright. And we had no cards, so we get 5 cards. That was production. Oh, and these untap. That is sometimes the most important thing. Alright, come on, scoot over a little. Give me room for my hand. And you are on the card. So I think what I want to do is water, animal, wild in place of leaf. To get a deep forest. What's our support action going to be? Bumblebee Premiere. I might catch that later, Bree. Buzz, buzz. Ooh. Increases the oxygen and the heat. So let's get ready to pull that off if possible. We don't have a... Ooh, every turn it just automatically makes 1 victory for reputation. That'd be really nice at the beginning of the game. However, we could start aiming to get more oxygen or plant or heat-based things on the board to be able to count up the symbols towards extra PP, but if we don't actually achieve all 3 goals, then it's for naught. Excuse me. Right, this is going to be our main action. However, that's our support action. Save these for the reputation thing, I guess, just to burn through some of those golds. Trade energy for a couple of cards. Yeah, Equatorial Magnetizer. Too bad I didn't do those down one row, but that could come in handy here in a second. Right, on another support action. So, main action, spend that. Deep Forest. And we're going to put it here, which gives us an immediate victory point, and we're going to get 3. Well, we're going to get 1 plant per adjacent forest. 2, 3. Get a discount on that. However, we don't have either of those. We could pay to flip some stuff, but I think we're supposed to be at least 1 more turn. So spend energy to turn this steel into titanium through science magic, hand wavium. And we're going to spend that to drop another ocean on the board, which we're going to use to rotate. Stay. Use to rotate on these leaves to puppy paws. And that gives us 2 more for that. To get ready to do some birds on a subsequent turn. Or actually, take another main action now and do it now. Birds. Let's just draw a free card, see if there's anything else to be able to do soon. That's a support action, so that'll have to wait until another turn. Let's just... No. We keep needing... I haven't placed another city yet. This is pretty awesome. There's a better version where it's just tap and it rotates 3 dice. We're near the end of the game. Take a sip. Victory points won't really matter if we can't get the win conditions. So we don't have that. So as a alright, so we'll prospect and hope to get some titanium. That's not titanium. Fine. We'll pay some water to get some titanium. Is this? Wait, nope. Actually, that doesn't help at all. Let's turn that back. I want to accomplish that or something, but I need to beat the game. I need to get those 3 win cons. Fine. So as a free action, we're just going to burn that to get 2 more red, specifically Celsius. And as a support action, we're going to ditch a couple of cards, get a couple of victory points. No, that doesn't really get us anything. So as a main action, we're going to hork the temperature. Next turn. Discount. Support action, trade a provision for that titanium. That's not it. Second support action. Burn that for event. Prospect for titanium. Not titanium. Second support action. Titanium. So we've got our symbols and we got our discount. So let's prospect for whatever other thing we might need to do a thingy. Maybe. Actually, no, that'll leave us 4 of those and we can just discard and draw. Because so on this turn, that's our main action. We do need to prospect for something. We have no actual green production, so let's just prospect for green. Okay. So those are getting locked in. This is our spending as a main action. Raise that into blue. Increase the oxygen. Production? Yeah, production turn. Untap those, ditch all of those, get 5 fresh cards. 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got discard down. We're going to be making 5 yellows. Let's get rid of one of those while that's out. yellow to start with, 3 more yellow, 4 blue, still a single red, still a single gray, and 1 wild. Alright. That was production turn. We're going on to turn 46. Action turn. Underground detonation could, get us red, but that's not. Ooh. That doesn't really do anything for us. That does, though. Do we have the... We've got the discount, so we don't even have to spend the die. We could just use that for that if need be. This is nice, though. I could do that, gain a bunch of money, but every time the oxygen, well, increase the oxygen, gain 2 steel, well, 2 gray. But this is an actual main action. Still need to do something. As a support action. I suppose we could spend a cash for a couple cards. Those don't really do anything for me. Spend this as a main action. This is also a main action ability, however we could use our robots to kick that off. And we'll at least be one step closer to one of the goals. Robot, give us a second main action. Spend the lightning to do so. We've almost got oxygen, we've almost got heat. This is a free action, burn, wait, well, sort of. But it's a free action, burn that to get 2 of those. Free action to draw a card. We could save that as a support action to ditch a couple of these cards for some victory, but that really doesn't do anything for us. We need something that turns cards into other things. Free action, however, turn X number of science, but we only have 1, but turn it into rando, wild. That's a main action to have the birds turn into victory points. Well, animals in general, but still. On to the next turn. We're getting darn close, and we haven't same thing, hork the heat up. That gives us oxygen, so let's consider that. Because that's just production. We have lightning, we have discount, we can just spend that as our main action, which will increase the oxygen and give us 2. I'm going to leave these here for a second because that was our main. We need to do support. As we buy 2 more cards. Ooh, that increases temperature, so that could be nice. Alright, we get 2 Never cocktails. There we go. Be consistent. With the font, it looks like it says big methane, but it's biomethane. We have no green or green production, so we're going into a new turn. We've gotten oxygen. We don't have freaking the oceans or the. Let's hold on to. Let's hold on to 2 waters. Maybe we'll get a 3rd water and we can place an ocean. I mean, a 1/3 of the water we need. We'll hold on to it like this, maybe. Actually, no. Let's get rid of that one and hold on to the heat. Because then we could pay for heat and we could pay for water and get closer. Although what we could do is support action, turn that into a water. So we're on our new turn. Support action, turn that into a water. Place a water. Gain a water. Well, gain a blue. And the next turn we could support action, turn that into heat. Raise the heat. But then we're stuck. We wasted doing certain actions. There's no point taking a production turn because then we can't actually do an action on a production turn. Anything with green. Take this as a support action and just ditch a couple. Like that would have been helpful, but I didn't have green. Alright. Well. We're going to ditch those and get 2 victory points. And that was our 50th turn, and we did not win because we still have 1 ocean tile and 1 more heat to go. But that's a whole lot closer than I previously did. My focus was all over the place. Yeah, but if we had done those 2 additional achievements, what our victory points would look like. These get discarded because that's the rest of our hand. Let's make sure to find our bonus cards. They count towards our points, but they don't. That's a bonus card. Alright. So, we already discarded our cards. How victory points are tallied up at the end, you can just leave that where it's at and then just start adding from there. So had we achieved those other two goals, so we're pretending that we did. We know we didn't, but just going through how victory points work. So to get our achievements, we're looking for absolutely everything with oxygens on them, the total number of oxygens to start with. Well, oxygens, plants, or heat. Heat, plant, heat, plant, heat. So bonus card, we'll put that over there so it's ready for the other pile here in a minute. Random here. Plant, 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 heat. Another one. Oxygen, plant, heat, oxygen, plant, heat. Nope, nope. Alright, so that's what we're looking for right now. So how many total symbols? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of that symbol. Of those symbols, 15 total of them. I don't know if it matters in the solo, but in a... Oh shoot, I forgot the other part of solo play. You start with a city on any, with VP placements, then an ocean, and then a forest. So we would have had the other ocean on the board already. You don't get what's underneath, you just place it. But a city on anyone with the VP, place an ocean next to the city and a forest next to any area adjacent to both the city and the ocean. Like I said, oxygen starts at 2%. Temperature starts at 28 instead of 32 negative. To win an award, you have to have 6, 8, or 10 of the corresponding symbols, depending on if the what? Oh, that's even more. We didn't go over that. Or if you're 1 short, you gain 3. Well, oxygen's rare, so we need 6 oxygen to count. Maybe? No? Or is it 6 total? Leaf is common, so we'd need 10, so no. Heat is common, so no. So we're just going to ignore that for right now. Because that happens at the end. What did you score? I'm pretty sure less than 60, even if I count my +5 for that. Alright. So now we also need to go through every card that we've played and look for red victory points. Right. Well, those two canceled each other out. We got 4 there. That was immediate. What? It's an immediate action to use it. Nope, 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 nope. No, no. 3. 1, 1, 1. Alright. So we'll just say we got 5 from that because I don't know how the heck it works. And then however many we got from these points, those canceled. Well, I meant that is what we'll call saying we got 5. I don't think we did, but those two canceled out. We have our 7, 8, 9, and 10 more VP. So from 31 up to 41 there. And we got 2 of these, so that's 8 more. So 49. Alright, so see here on the chart, failed to terraform, try again. And that's what happened. Alright. But assuming we had the victory, which we didn't, but might as well lose. Alrighty. I'm going to try this again after Star Trek Lexington. I need to play catch up with that real quick. But thank you for watching me attempt to... Orientation is locked. Okay, that's new. But... Hi! Hi Timmy, hi Gray. Sorry I did not have the screen in a direction I could see it. I mean, the components are really well done. Like, not quite magic card thickness or playing card thickness, but definitely better than some of the other games I've played. It's visually stunning. I definitely need to play through a few more times. Where is my end stream? This is my first time going live on the phone. I'm not trying to zoom, I'm trying to stop. How do we stop you? 2.5 hours. Alright. Oh, okay, just the X button. Gotcha.